How has your New Year's resolution gone so far? Do you even have a New Year's resolution? It doesn't matter. On today's episode, we're going to talk about how you can go from resolution to revolution on the opening round. Happy Monday, everybody. This is Paul Artale coming at you with Season 2 of the opening round, that brief weekly audio message that helps set you on a path towards achieving the life that you want and, more importantly, deserve. I purposely started the opening round this season in February because I wanted to give us all a few weeks to deal with our New Year's resolutions. We know that the average resolution only lasts 2 or 3 weeks and that people fizzle out. Why? It's because resolutions deal with short-term goals and quite often there's not a lot of deep thought behind them. They deal with pleasure. And pleasure, we know, is a short-term thing. It's eating that chocolate sundae because we know it tastes good or we want that instant stress relief. It doesn't look at the long-term effects. It doesn't go after satisfaction, which is a little bit more calculated and looks at the bigger picture and not just satisfying ourselves in that moment and pleasuring ourselves in that moment, but how we can be happy and feel that satisfaction, that pleasure far more consistently and for deeper reasons. So it's okay if you want to lose 15, 20 pounds as your New Year's resolution, but why are you really doing it? Are you doing it because you feel like you have to, maybe because you feel fat, or are you doing it because you want to improve your health? You want to decrease your chance of disease, you want to be with your family a lot longer. I know that's why I made my New Year's goal to lose 60 pounds this year. It was rooted not in just being thin for the sake of being thin, but it was about decreasing my heart disease. It was about sustaining a lifestyle that would be healthy, would keep me around longer to be with my wife and my newborn son. I had a deeper, much deeper reason behind it. And that's what it's all about. Because ultimately, resolutions fizzle out, but revolutions change the course of our lives. And our actions have to match that word, revolution. Think of political revolutions, governments overthrown, changes in how things are done. In business, it can mean a complete overhaul of who's around, a complete change of thinking. It's a revolution. And you have to start thinking about the revolution you're going to create in your life. What are the steps you're going to take to improve things, not just for 2 or 3 months, but for the rest of your life? That's what I want to get at today. I want you to think about a question. And the question is this: what is the life you want to live? What does it look like? How do you see yourself living that life? What does that life look like? Does it involve a lot of job flexibility, traveling the world, being rich, a remote cabin in the woods, just spending a lot of time with your family, working at the company you've always wanted to? What does it look like? Think about that. I'm sure by now some of you are saying, well, Paul, that's a nice reflective exercise. We like that, but so what? Now, a lot of people are unhappy. We don't know what to do. I just go about my job, my day-to-day life, and I just hope that it'll happen someday when the time's right. Well, the time is always now to start our journey towards our dreams and goal fulfillment. And here are 2 tools I want you to have. 2 tools that you can get by going to my website, paulartale.com. Simple worksheet that can help you start to plan your life. And the first thing is analyze your time. Take a typical week and start marking down how you spend your time doing everything from eating, sleeping, social media, watching TV, pumping gas, whatever it is. Calculate the time as accurately as you can. At the end of the week, look at it and analyze it in terms of percentages, or you can create some sort of pie chart and see where you're wasting your time, where the time's not being used as efficiently. And more importantly, ask yourself, is there any time in that breakdown that is devoted to me living my goal, to sustaining this revolution? And if the answer is no, you know your next task is to start creating that time, to start cutting down on something that's excess or giving something up so that you can start working towards that goal. And if you're already spending time on that goal, the question is, are you spending enough time? And if the answer is no, then start carving out some more time to expand and do that. That's the first tool. The second tool is your goal. You know what your long-term goal is. I want my life to be X, Y, and Z. Great. Now let's add a timeline to it. How long is it going to take for you to get to that goal? When do you want to achieve that by? As you work towards that goal, I want you to remember that big goals are really just a culmination of a bunch of smaller goals and achievements underneath them. So I want you to set a goal and objective that you're going to accomplish in the next 24 hours related to that dream. And then I want you to create a goal and objective at the 1 week mark, and then one at the 1 month mark, and then at the 3 month mark. Because you need to be consistently reflecting and evaluating how you're doing and what kind of progress you're making towards your goals and your dreams. Remember, it's about revolution. Revolution is a lifelong attitude. It's a change in lifestyle. And sometimes that comes naturally to us, and other times we really have to work at it. We have to create the time, because whether you like it or not, you have to take action. The time has to be put in to create that lifelong change, that lifelong revolution. I wanted to be a speaker for so many years, but it wasn't until my wife challenged me to actually go and do it, and not just do it at half speed, that I began to take the necessary steps, do the necessary research, put in the time at all the different civic organizations and the companies and marketing and going to workshops and putting in the blood, sweat, and tears so that I could do what I love to do for a living. Take the steps towards the revolution. Download the worksheet, www.paulartale.com, and I'll see you next week on The Opening Round.